Okay, this is going to be the first video in a series of lectures where we model the head, right? So in the first video we are gonna plan the layout of the geometry of the face, on the geometry as in the layout of the polygons of the face. We are gonna model the face in 3ds Max, but before that I'm going to plan out the loops and the edge loops, etc. in on paper, right? So this is my sketch, the sketch of the face, and on top of it I will go like such. This is what my plan looks like. I'm gonna lay down one loop around the eyes and I'm gonna build on it, and another loop around the lips, and I'm gonna build on it also. And as I start building loops on top of these two primary loops, I will meet I will cover the entire face, and that will be a very ideal layout for the. What do I have here? If I look at the eyes, I see that since the loop around the eyes is the primary loop, the number of segments I take in the eye will be multiplied over the course of the head and the rest of the face. So what I need to do is I want to keep the poly count as less as possible. So I want to build the eye, and what I have decided is I will build the eye like such, which has around about 5 polygons on the top of the eye and 6 at the bottom part of the eye. So and that is because the top of the eye, you can see, has one curve, whereas the bottom part of the eye has two curves. You see just here, just follow my cursor. You see the top of the eye has one loop, one curve, whereas the bottom of the eye has two curves because of the tear duct, right? So, and another concern which I am looking out for is that there are different kinds like such. There are so many kinds of eyes. So if we follow this polygon layout, then all of these shapes of eyes can be accommodated, right? So you see this eye over here is a very generic eye, but this eye is a cartoony eye and almost circular, but even this can be accommodated with this layout, right? And this one over here is also a large eye, probably a female eye, and this can also be accommodated with this 5 on top and 6 in the bottom. See, the bottom shape of the eye is a very complicated curve. This is what I call as two curves, because one is curving one way and the other curve is curving another way. But in the top part, we have both the curves. We have only one curve which is going up and then coming down, right? And this eye is a very Joe Kubert kind of eye, right? But even this can be modeled with this layout, right? So let's go ahead and see. Now this is going to be my eye layout, as I said earlier, and this is going to be the other primary edge loop, which is going to be for the lips, right? And I am planning this much amount of polygons for the lips. That would be around 5 in the top part and 4 in the bottom part. Now, as I said earlier, I want to keep the poly count as less as possible. So that is my major concern. My poly count should be as less as possible, right? So after I'm done with the eyes and the lips, I'm gonna extrude these edges. The polygons that I have added over here, I'm going to extrude them and connect them like such as in the diagram, and then I'm gonna cut and then connect these vertices and spread them out all over the face. But I think it's time for to start modeling right now, and I'll continue planning on paper later on. Okay, before we begin with Max, let's look at our reference images. This is the front of the face, this is the left of the face, both JPEGs, both on square aspect ratios, and I drew them in Photoshop and later on extracted them on Square JPEGs. And let me tell you here that it is completely possible and even fun to model a face inside of 3ds Max without reference images. But these since some of the kits that are following this tutorial will be using reference images, so I will be using reference images. And also another stipulations that I will be following is that I'm not gonna use any sculpting software for this head model. So let's begin.